Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys, it's 9 p.m. on the East Coast or shortly thereafter, and that means it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. I'm your host, Chris Callen with Cycle Source Magazine, coming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think that's the state that I'm in, and lots of stuff going on in the motorcycle world today. First, let me bring in my co-hosts, my cohorts, my partners in crime, Heather and Mark. What's up, guys?
Howdy, howdy. And where did you learn to tell time?
You're not in Pittsburgh.
It's 9-ish. I am in Pittsburgh.
9-ish.
Well.
Ish.
And this is 100 shows right now, right there. Look at that, 100. Woohoo! 100.
So, do you remember episode 1?
I do.
It was with a cell phone, and Facebook had just introduced, add another caller.
And it seems just like yesterday, because it kind of was.
Oh, my gosh.
Well.
So tons of great stuff going on. We're going to go through the news, plenty of news. First and foremost, we want to send our heartfelt condolences to the friends and family of Mr. Kobe Bryant. News came in late as we were getting ready for the program that his daughter and himself were taken from this world in a helicopter accident. Our hearts go out to his family.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. You might not be into basketball or anything like that. That guy there was an icon in sports, hands down.
Absolutely.
So sad. On top of that, his daughter. I mean, dude, what's up with helicopters? Hi, Pat Jansen.
Pat Jansen is here.
Hello, Pat Jansen.
Dude, you haven't got to talk to Pat in a while,
I haven't
right?
seen Pat like 100 years. Does he look the same? He doesn't send me pictures of his ass no more, nothing.
Pat abandoned us.
Tony Pan Sanfilippo in the house. What an honor just to have that cat watching this show. We should have you on, sir. Absolutely.
That's cool as hell right there.
I gotta adjust my microphone. I know this is not professional, but we don't have interns, so
We don't?
no.
Who the hell did my hair earlier?
I'm the intern. I did your hair.
Oh.
I combed your beard.
You look great.
Right on, man. So listen, we want to welcome everybody from Choppertown. All our fans out there, man, you guys have been killing it for us, and everybody from the Cycle Source Network. Listen, do your part. If you dig what we're doing on Shop Talk, and again, it's 90 to 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit, some news, some entertainment, some guests, we do some tech stuff, all from the custom American motorcycle industry. And if you dig it, hit the share button. Make sure your friends know that we're on the air too, and notifications will let you know when we go live. So that's all I know about that.
We are on the air.
On the air, baby.
We need it. It's 100 episodes. Holy cow.
I can't even count to 100.
Well, you got 99, and it's one more.
Oh.
It's like 11.
It's like one more
So-
than 11.
It's one more. One
All right,
more
we're
than
at
10.
118 shares right now.
Nice.
If we can hit 200, I'm going to send somebody one of our
Oh,
brand
boy.
new Cycle Source trucker hats.
Nice. So, hey, Heather's watching the social media airways as we're talking here, and you can see off to my left here is all the questions, comments, concerns, to take some verbiage from Pat Jansen.
Hi, Pat
We
Jansen.
want you guys to participate, though. Don't just sit here and listen to our bullshit. Let us hear your bullshit, too. So there on the side are the comments, and every once in a while I'll do this thing here where I just throw it over to Heather. Heather, who's on social media?
Oh, let's see. We have Amy Keene, Dana
Ford.
Peters.
Hi, Pat Ford.
Mike Draco, Rob Nussbaum. No hat for Jason. Yeah, Jason's getting the gloves, which I need Jason's address. Jason doesn't get anything else. Stan Tazarka, if I said that wrong, Stan, I am so sorry. Douglas Feinsod, Peter Manning, congrats on 100. Thank you,
Nice,
thank you.
Peter. What's up, baby?
Jamie from Bucyrus, Missouri. Larry
I like
Moore,
Bucyrus.
Ashley Woodford, Lance Baxter, Kip Kotler. Everybody's here. Oh, Xavier Muriel. Huge congrats
Muriel.
on the 100 from a van to the top. Much love and respect. Howard Wiggins. Everybody's here. I need to hop over to Chopper Town. Chopper Town.
Was that from the van to 100?
It said to the top.
Right?
I don't know.
Van to the top. So that's listen, brother, we're still in the van.
Yeah.
You know, that's the trick to
Now,
that.
if he would have said from the Volkswagen to 100,
Oh my
that
God.
would have been a really big
Dude, I
swing.
absolutely listen. All the things I'm willing to do over again with you, the Volkswagen is not
Yeah.
one of them.
Come on.
There's no
Porcelain
way.
heater,
No way.
bottle of Jack Daniels, Larry and Cook. Are you kidding?
No, so what we're talking about is back in the day of the original Cycle Source, I had a 72 Volkswagen Beetle that we used to deliver the magazines in.
It rained inside the bug more than it rained outside that bug.
Constantly. And when it snowed, if anybody remembers the genius in engineering of how they would work the windshield pissers on the old Volkswagen Bugs, it actually worked off the spare tire. Yeah. So a little hose came off of the valve stem of the spare tire and went to the bottle that the windshield pissers came from. So you have 4 or 5 good squirts. Then you didn't have windshield washer pissers, and you didn't have a spare tire.
Then the party was over.
Awesome.
Well, we were winging it most of the time anyway, so it really didn't matter.
Right on, man. So listen, like I said, 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit. It's been an absolute honor. Tonight we're going to go through some of our favorite memories of shows gone past, and we got a great guest coming on in the second half hour. Emma Garvin from the Sturgis Motorcycle Hall of Fame and Museum is coming on.
I'm
and
super excited about that one.
Actually live right here. Gonna announce this year's Hall of Fame inductees, man, which is it's an exclusive. It's super big for us.
Breaking news.
Yep. Awesome.
Nobody else knows except us. Well, I mean, I know because I have the list.
What?
I have the list.
Well, I know because I know everything.
Well, we know that. I think that's how you introduced yourself like 15 years ago. Hi, I'm Mark. I know everything.
So listen, speaking of knowing everything, what are you doing this weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably gonna sleep
It's
in a
Sunday.
little bit.
No.
The weekend is a whole week away.
No,
Sunday?
the weekend coming up.
I have the weirdest feeling I'm going to be spending a lot of time with Jeff Cochran.
I'm going to Cycle Showcase.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Cycle Showcase. We're all headed to St. Louis. And listen, This is the reason I brought that up in shameless fashion. It was like a total commercial, but I have to tell you guys something. This is the deal about that. There's plenty, like in today's motorcycle game, there's plenty of shows going on. It seems like there's new events popping up all the time. Square Business, one of the best people you ever meet in the world, is behind this show. Yeah. He has many, many other great people that are helping him put it together, but it comes from such a genuine place of the heart. This cat, really puts it out there to give his friends and family a place to exhibit the cool stuff that they do. It's worth the trip to St. Louis and the ticket to get in just for that.
This is like the insiders event. This
absolutely.
is the event from the people that are inside the event.
And did you see he actually got an ice cream sponsor?
Yes.
No.
Yep.
There's going to be ice cream. That's like the best part. I mean, the motorcycles are cool. Yeah, whatever.
Good for his word. That's all I have to say.
But there's going to be ice cream on site at Cycle Showcase.
Hey, Barkley Smashley says we're going bowling. That's right, because that's one of the big things about that event. Is bowling and ice cream. Right on. So hey, listen, like I said, man, 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit. We usually start it off with a little thing we like to call. Anybody?
The news.
I got to get it together tonight. First up in the news, AMA. This in from Road Racing World Motorcycle. Rush drummer Neil Peart was avid motorcyclist. I don't know how many people knew that or not, but a lot of times here we talk about the crossover between motorcycles and music, and this cat right here, man, was like so many of our heroes growing up. And the fact that he was a bike guy too made it all the better. Neil Peart, drummer and lyricist for the legendary rock band Rush, died of brain cancer on January 7th. He was 67 years old.
Definitely one of my heroes, hands down.
Dave Parowitz just tuned in.
Right on. What's
very
up, Mr.
cool.
Pate?
Everybody's in the house
Ramsey.
tonight. This is exciting.
Will Ramsey's in the house.
Let's not lose the Neil Peart thing. I mean, that's probably one of the bands I've seen the most in my life, hands down. And to watch those guys was like watching an orchestra, and there was 3 of them there.
I know, right?
Just an amazing, amazing drummer. What he did, all of them. I mean, Geddy Lee, I think me and Xavier talked about, they're one of the only bands that all 3 of their people, all 3 members of the band were rated top of their field in the same year.
Well, look at that. Xavier actually comes in to tell us that he rode every night after each show to the next venue on his bike.
Yeah, just an amazing guy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, so hi, Dave Pirowitz. Hi, Will.
You're doing the Miss Sally thing tonight, huh?
Well, it's a 100 show. You got to be nice to everybody,
Hey, man, big news in the motorcycle industry, as it always is, but especially this year. The Mecum auction just went down, and you can see in the top left-hand corner there, bike number 3, the 1956 Harley-Davidson Indian Larry Grease Monkey.
Yeah, buddy.
Sold for $220,000. And dude, like everyone that I know that was into motorcycles this week was waiting for this to go off, waiting to see what it was going to happen for. The Grease Monkey was one of the 2 bikes. Chain of Mystery was also there. Grease Monkey went for $220,000. Grease Monkey came in right behind it at $150.
That's that had to hurt for Bobby to let go. I know. No matter how you twist it or turn it, but what 2 iconic motorcycles.
You know what was great too, man, because like right when it was getting ready to go up, Bobby actually put a post up, and it was really, really cool what he said, like about the bikes and Bambi and everything. And then Bobby, like, he slips his part in where he's like, can't wait to see all the comments, because everybody knew Larry.
Oh yeah.
Well,
of course, right.
I think one good thing to remember is the same gentleman bought both of them, and they are going to a museum in Utah. They're going to be at the Legends Museum. So I think that's a pretty cool thing, is that they're not going to just go to somebody's private collection where no one will ever see them again.
Yeah, what iconic pieces of history of everything that we all build and do, and those 2. I used to kid around about driving that van with 1 or 2 of them in that van, thinking, oh boy, this would be a really bad time to gnaw it off.
Okay, so Nick Hildebrittle said, how did the he says ask Monkey Chop go for more than the Chain of Mystery? And I would say because like that was Larry's left leg.
Yeah.
Like anybody that you talk to, man, that was Larry and a motorcycle, so of course it's going to go. I expected both of these motorcycles to go for way more money. Me too. Absolutely.
I was shocked
absolutely
they went that
more
low.
money.
Nice. Rob said Jason Sims, who we all know and love, was instrumental in helping secure those for the buyer.
Oh, yeah.
Nick wants to know the name of that museum again.
The Legends Museum, and it's in Utah. I don't have specific details. Let me see if I can find it while we bounce around here.
While we move on to the next piece of news?
Yeah.
Was that what you were going to say?
So I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just trying to find some stuff for you.
Next up in the news. MSF in the news. This coming in from motorcycle.com. MSF to bring motorcycle safety awareness to Lifesaver Conference. Motorcycle safety will be the focus of a session at the largest gathering of highway safety professionals in the United States. Is there such a thing as highway safety professionals?
I don't know, but I love Lifesavers.
Dude, that's so freaky. Dr. Ray Ork, and they have their own doctors too, will showcase the Motorcycle Safety Foundation's recent effort at the 2020 Lifesavers National Conference on Highway Safety Priorities, March 15th through the 17th, Tampa, Florida.
Who's our doctor?
We have a doctor of jocularity. That's the best we can do here. Moving on. Harley Davidson giving shareholders power to nominate board members. Because what could go wrong with that?
Wow, yeah. Good.
One thing I have to say is a bunch of people that we know at Harley Davidson, it's been nice knowing you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
No, seriously though, Harley Davidson Incorporated plans to grant long-term shareholders the power to directly nominate board members, a move that could boost investors' influence at the slumping U.S. motorcycle maker. So-called proxy access will give an investor or a group of up to 20 shareholders owning at least 3% of Harley stock for at least 3 years the right to name as many as a fifth of nominated directors, the company said in a filing Wednesday. The measure still has to be approved at its annual meeting. So it could just be horseshit right now. But still, thanks to Bloomberg for coming in with this news.
Jay Allen in the house.
No.
Jay Allen right
Yep.
there.
Wow.
Thanks for all you do, CycleSource 100.
Right on.
Wow.
Jay, thank you so much for being here.
Cabana Dan is on.
Is he? Wait, we
Oh,
got to
wait a
do
minute.
it. We got to
Excuse
do
me.
it.
I will be right
so
back.
Dan, stay with us right now. The only thing would be better right now, if anybody is with Dan right now, get your cell phone out, and I want you to videotape this next couple minutes with Dan. Missy says that Heather looks beautiful, and she's gone right now, so we're not going to tell her that you said that. All right, so what can we talk about for the next 2 seconds?
I don't know. I think maybe
Let's bring up the next piece of news.
Meade County.
Right? This coming in from the Black Hills Pioneer. Meade County increases rally business fees.
What more do they want?
Again. Meade County Commission Tuesday approved first reading of 2 ordinances that will impact those doing business during the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Staff with the Meade County Equalization Office, that doesn't even sound good.
No.
Along with members of the county Sturgis Motorcycle Rally Committee had discussed and made changes to the ordinance over the last year. The first ordinance, 11, is an ordinance licensing and regulating vendors operating outside an incorporated municipality. The ordinance covers anyone selling goods on a temporary basis, along with owners of ATMs, tattoo artists, and transportation services such as taxis and ride assist companies. They're going after the bus, dude. They're going after the
And
bus.
it kills me. These are the people that get your drunks back to their room so next year they can come back.
Right.
Like, give those people those passes.
Okay, so here it is. Wait, don't hold it up yet. Whoever's with Cabana Dan right now, we need your help. We want you to videotape him. As Heather shows him, he knows that he's getting his bike in Cycle Source magazine this month. This was the bike that he built for the cover of Drag Specialties' old book. Super, super big honor to be able to build a bike for Drag Specialties, especially for the old book. But this is the first time that Dan's going to get to see this bike in print. This is what it looks like in print. Totally bitching. We're super excited to have it. But here's the big news, Dan. Get ready.
Ooh,
Finally got your cover. Right there, baby. Right there. What's up? Congratulations, Dan. But seriously, Dan is one of our favorite people in the world. I love his bikes, and he's just a good human being. So congratulations to him and to Drag Specialties for another great year of the old book.
So awesome.
He says, sweet, capital, sweet.
So yeah, Dan asked me, he's like, I heard a rumor that it might be on the cover. I'm like, who the hell told you that? He's like, Milwaukee Mike. And I just didn't answer him. I just left him
Some
hanging.
people just don't know how to keep their mouths closed.
The mayor of Milwaukee.
Oh,
right?
boy.
Oh.
All right, man. So let's move on. We're cooking through the news. You missed the Meade County thing, Heather. That's all I can tell you.
It was huge. You missed it. It was huge.
It was huge. So
Huge, more money out of our paycheck, out of our
Exactly.
pocket. That's for damn sure.
This coming in from Power Sports Finance. Patton reveals detailed look at Harley Davidson's e-scooter.
Everybody's so excited.
Yeah, so Harley Davidson offered a glimpse into the forthcoming electric scooter after a design patent filed in the European Union Intellectual Property Office went public Monday. Design showcased several features of the unnamed electric scooter project, such as a thicker inverted... How about here? Pedal it, you fat bastard. That should be the name of this.
Do you think maybe that the last thing that we had said with them, like letting shareholders pick the next people in line, this might be part of the reason why?
I don't know.
You think?
Moving on. Next up in the news, the Quail Motorcycle Gathering scheduled for May 16th. We report on this every year with Cycle Source Magazine, a fantastic event. The Quail Motorcycle Gathering to celebrate its 50th anniversary this year with Harley Davidson XR 750, MV Augustus 750S, and BMW 5 Series. Returning on May 16th, 2020, the world's premier motorcycle lifestyle event will feature 3 anniversary classics, a specialty class of 4-wheeled machines, a catered lunch, bike and gear demonstrations from top motorcycle brands, and a brand new customization award presented in honor of the late Arlen Ness. Awesome. You can check them out. This came in from Cycle News, but you can check them out at their website, the Quail Gathering. Definitely, if you have it within your purview, man, go check it out.
Did you say free lunch?
I did say free lunch. And everybody's told us all these years there's no such thing as free lunch.
As a free lunch.
Lisa Ballard is on tonight.
Hi, Lisa.
We have Lisa coming up, don't we?
Yeah, she's coming up, I think, if memory serves me correctly, February 9th.
Right on. So, hey,
She's gonna
listen,
be joining us.
all you Chop Cult fans and Lisa and Dwayne Ballard fans, make sure you put that on your calendar because we're going to have her on the show, and it's been long overdue.
How
Heather,
about some of
you're on.
Meekum in those?
Sorry, I was pulling up a news piece that I missed. I'm sorry.
What's that, Mark?
How about Meekum? Some of those Hondas, original Hondas, going for $8-9 grand.
I know.
I mean, it's amazing the prices that there were. Was that one of the first motorcycle ones they've actually broadcast, or? No, it isn't. I never really see any of the motor. And you know me, I like a lot of that stuff. So
What did the Bullet go for? Because there was a video up for that too.
I don't know.
missed it. We need some background music.
Oh, I like some nice
How
background
about a
music.
little groovy?
I was
Some-
impressed
let's- let's
personally
little-
with the Bruff
little
Superior.
jazz.
With what?
The Bruff Superior that went for over $300,000.
For crazy money.
Well, and Billy kept putting a couple things up too, man. That like
Yeah, I
I
saw
couldn't
he
believe some
posted
of the
some
money.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's nuts how much money some of that stuff was going for. And it's cool to see it because, I mean, even in the off season, you'd figure that would be a bigger hit, but during the summer, during the hot time. But I was shocked what kind of money the older, and people are shocked saying that they can't believe what kind of money those old Hondas and stuff went for. They're hot bikes. I mean, a lot of people like those things. So
Chris and I kept saying, and it's because we're not fortunate or business savvy enough to have those kind of funds, but we're like $300,000. Do you know how many choppers we could build for $300,000?
You know how many choppers we could build?
Right. Bullet car went for $3.7 million.
Oh, is that what it was?
Patrick Garvin is
3.4.
just a wealth of information. I love it.
Hey, so Mark, are you nervous? Did you see the promo where Heather promised to talk about something controversial?
Oh, that's going to be after Emma.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah,
going to
I
be
know.
after Emma.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm ready. Like I'm raring to go.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna you
No,
guys
just-
no, you guys pay attention because I want you to get ready and I want you to have time. This is gonna be all the way at the end of the show. I want you to get all your friends together and get your comments ready, get your poison pens out. I'm gonna give you a little hint of what we're talking about at the end of the show that Heather wanted to bring up that's controversial. There it is. Think about it. Take it in.
Oh boy,
End of the show, we'll be back with more of that.
so disappointing.
And you're disappointed in me again. I can't believe it.
No, not you.
All right, let's.
I'm always disappointed. Yes, what's up?
Why don't we try? I told Emma around 9:30,
Okay.
give or take a few minutes.
Well, at least somebody's running this shit, I guess.
Well, somebody has to. Y'all can't do
No,
it.
I'm out.
Well, go ahead and while I get this queued up, go ahead and tell everybody who we got coming on.
So we are very pleased to have Emma Garvin with us tonight. She is the director of the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame. She has been instrumental in the last few years. I think she's been there 3 years. I could be wrong. Of actually bringing it current, and she's been doing so much good work with the museum and so much community outreach. And I'm so thrilled to have this honor of announcing the 2020 inductees with her.
You're on
Nice.
camera.
Well, I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. He's telling me to look at words like this big from 5 feet away.
All right. Well,
age is kicking our ass.
let's see if we can get her
Oh.
on the phone real quick.
Hello.
Emma, how you doing? You're live on ShopTalk.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm sorry we're a little bit late tonight.
No problem.
Every time we come back off of the road, we forget how long it takes to put all this shit back together.
I understand.
So we're super excited to have you on, and for this huge honor that you're giving us to be the place that's announcing the Hall of Fame inductees for this year.
Well, thanks for letting us do it on the 100th episode. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so do you want me just to dive right into announcing the class of 2020 Hall of Fame inductees?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to just go alphabetical order by first name, and then I'll go through the award recipients and just say a thing or two, and then if we want to circle back, feel free to ask me any questions. But
Okay.
right off the top is Alan Alvarez. He's with Daytona Twin Tech. He's been nominated a couple of times. He's been a longtime supporter of the museum, and so we're excited to have him in this year. Arlen Fatlin has been a business. Yeah, he's been a business owner for about 50 years. 50 years exactly in 2020, actually. It is a local guy as far as that goes. And so a lot of local people were excited to, nominate him this year. And he's also been nominated in the past. Dave Mackey with Dave Mackey Engineering is great. He was an automatic rollover from 2019. And then Jody Perowitz, who is probably the youngest inductee that we've had in the Hall of Fame since 2001. But I think she's fully deserving.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Micah McCloskey is a West Coast chopper guy.
This is
He's
so
been around.
awesome. This is so awesome to hear that Micah is going to be in there, man. So great.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. He's, been around for a really long time as well. And then Skeeter Todd is also a builder, but, a real engineer and super technical mechanic. And so we're excited to have him on the list as well. And then Vicky Sanfilippo has been nominated in the past also to be a freedom fighter.
That's great.
But this year we just really felt like she too is her and her husband Tony are big supporters of the museum and have been for a long time, and we really felt like she should be on the list this year as an inductee. And then our award recipients, our Arlen Ness Lifetime Achievement Award is going to Don Hotop. So he's already been nominated and inducted into the Hall of Fame, years and years ago. And so we wanted to re-honor him in 2020 with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And then our freedom fighters this year are Wayne and Susan Leto, I believe is how you say their last name, and they're actually from Sturgis as well. And so that's super rad because they are really deserving people, and were also nominated by our past couple of freedom fighters. And so that's kind of a win-win for us. Not only are they freedom fighters, but they're from town.
Right on. That's a fantastic class.
Yeah, we kind of talk about should we narrow it down, and it's way too hard to do. And so we've got 9 on the list again this year, including our award recipients. The breakfast is going to be August 12th, 8 a.m., same place, Lodge in Deadwood, and tickets will go on sale March 1st.
Right on.
So Emma, before, can you tell us a little bit about, let's stick with the Hall of Fame. Tell us a little bit about the process of the nomination, and how do you decide? I imagine you get numerous nominations. How does that process go? And I mean, it's got to be a struggle for you guys.
It is. So the way that it goes is we have online nomination form. And so over the last couple of years, that's been how we get the bulk of our nominations coming in. People can also just print that off and send it in on paper. This year, I think we had about right around 31 nominees.
It's got to be so hard. It's got to be so hard.
It is. It is. And most of them are, of the 31, like 25 of them are all like our friends in the industry who are all fantastic people and very deserving. And so it's really difficult. And so I put together bios and collect all of the nominations and tally everything up and give that to our board of directors at the end of December when the nominations end. And then they have until the end of January to go through all of those bios and do their own research and ask any questions that they want to ask. And then we come to the table in February and make, January. I'm sorry. We come to the table at the end of January, make our final decision in January. And then I announce it, at the end of the month. Sorry. And my timing messed up. I've also been traveling, so I'm recouping.
Oh, right on.
So tomorrow we'll make the final announcement, and they kind of duke it out at the table over hours of conversation. This year it was about 2 hours of conversation, and we're getting a little more techy. We're doing like polls ahead of time and that sort of thing to kind of help the process.
Well, let's talk, because you guys do an incredible job with this. I mean, I've been to other award ceremony, the AMA and stuff, and like the backstories you put together are fantastic. The award ceremony is killer. Like hearing more about these people and going a little deeper than what you always hear on the surface about them. The stuff that you do in preparation with this is fantastic. So I was hoping we could go one at a time and just give us a little insight on each one of the people, so that we can let everybody that's listening and watching in on it a little bit if they might not recognize somebody just by their name.
Sure. And you guys feel free to chime in. I just put together really quick bios for the show today. And to your point, this coming week, we'll start reaching out to each inductee individually and start collecting like 1,500 word bios and 50 to 100 pictures. And that's what we use to put together the breakfast ceremony and the information that we have there. But yeah, so with Alan Alvarez, as I mentioned, he is with Daytona Twin Tech. He's been a longtime supporter of the museum. Let me just get you a little bit more information. He started his career in the motorcycle industry in 1970, really just appreciating motorcycle road races. He, at that time, met some of the early pioneers in the motorcycle distribution business, and by the mid 70s had moved on to begin repping with Sullivan Distributing, Nemco, and Le Mans Development Dealer, helped with the development of their dealer businesses in Maryland, Virginia, and other states along the East Coast. And then in 2000,
with his Daytona Twin Tech, he makes our motorcycles run fast as hell, because that's our go-to when we're building our little Sportster choppers. That's our jam.
Yeah, and he started Daytona Twin Tech in 2001, just deciding that he wanted to go out on his own, and he's been a strong contender in the industry since then.
Right on.
So let's go next to Arlen Fatlin. As I mentioned, he's been in the motorcycle arena for about 50 years, or exactly 50 years, I guess, in 2020. He's had a business here in Sturgis in the same location that entire time. He is really known locally and during the rally and during Daytona Bike Week for helping out other bikers. He's a parts guy too, and so has a shop, and anybody can go to him, and he never turns anybody away. And that's largely what you're going to hear coming out about him. Is he's very charitable, industry wide, both with helping guys out with parts and shop support, but also charitable, financial support as well.
One of the things I can add to this about his charitable nature is how he is with his time, because whether it's a visit to his shop or, like you said, if you are having problems, this cat cannot give enough of his time to other people too. Which at the end of the day, that's one of the most valuable things you have to give.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what you're going to hear over and over again about Arlen. So next is Dave Mackey. As I mentioned, he's the owner of Dave Mackey Engineering. He's a drag racer. Let's see. He's the first man into the 10s with a stock displacement engine. He set over 60 national records between 1978 and 1984. Let's see. You're going to see, his cylinder heads in Easy Rider magazine, powered the Streamliner. Oh yeah, when it attained the world's fastest motorcycle by traveling 322 miles an hour in Bonneville. That's really exciting. Yeah. Jody Perowitz, I don't know if I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about her, but I think a lot of people, if you're following, especially vintage motorcycling these days, you probably already know who she is. She's done the Cannonball. She's the first woman in history to go over 200 miles an hour on a motorcycle and still holds that record. Completed 2 cross-country races on vintage motorcycles. One was a 26 JD and one was a 36 VLH. That's pretty awesome.
It might be easier to say things Jody hasn't done.
Yeah,
right.
you might want to list the stuff that Jody hasn't done.
Yeah. Woman of the Year, Two-Time Cycle Source Magazine.
Oh,
Yeah, she's an all-around tremendous
Dave
ambassador.
has got to be so freaking proud of that girl. It's off the charts.
You know what's great about that, though? Like, you think about guys that we know and how their kids turn out. And you always hope, you hope that your kid is into motorcycles and into stuff that you're into.
Yep.
But then, can you imagine, your kid doing this much stuff and the thing that you've dedicated your whole life to?
Your kid, your daughter.
Right.
Most people would never figure it would be their daughter.
Micah McCloskey just joined us. Congratulations, Micah.
Micah, what's up, baby? Congrats.
So honored.
Congrats, Micah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, for sure. We'll get to him in a minute. Yeah, Jody is great. I was just with her over the weekend and Dave at the Become Action, and she was beyond excited, as you can imagine.
And like you said, so young to get this kind of an award, but like she earned every ounce of that.
Oh, and she's going to do nothing but contribute the rest of her life.
Yep.
I mean, you just see it. You see it in her.
Right, and maybe in a little bit, if we have time, we can talk a little bit about the youth build. But, for me, just as the director of the museum, and we've got this youth motorcycle build program, she's a great person that we can engage in that, and she's a great example for the students that we have in that program as well. And it's very exciting. And, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of great things come out of her in the future and support of the museum, too. So... yeah, so Micah joined us. That's fantastic. So he had a shop out in California for a number of years, and from what I understand, was really known for turning stock Harleys into something amazing and unique and different. He's a custom bike builder and a revered motorcycle mechanic. He was actually nominated in 2019 for our Hall of Fame, and our board of directors decided to automatically roll him over to 2020. And so we're really excited to have him on the list for the class of 2020 this year.
All of us gearheads down here call Micah Dr. Go Fast.
Yeah.
Dr. Go Fast. He, like even out in Bonneville, like you want Micah over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like hands on. He is Mr. Motorhead.
Yeah, it's great. Next is Skeeter Todd. He's also been in the motorcycle industry all of his life, really known as an innovator and motorcycle builder. He's involved with electric motorcycle drag racing. Again, just really dedicated a lifetime to engineering, extremely knowledgeable technician. Most of the nominations, we got several for Skeeter. People were just saying, just all around fantastic guy, really committed to motorcycling and the industry. And that's what we've seen from him as well through the museum.
Right on.
Vicky Sanfilippo, as I mentioned, Vicky has been involved with the museum for several years, her and her husband. They're heavily involved in the BATE. She's a lifetime member of the BATE of Wisconsin, as well as HOG and Road Guardians. She's really dedicated her life to the safety of motorcyclists and shares her passion for riding with those around her. She's created a nonprofit organization called Accident Scene Management, and its focus is reducing injuries and fatalities to motorcyclists through first response training. So anybody can go in and take this first response training, and if you happen to see a motorcycle accident, you're prepared to be able to help in that situation and possibly prevent further injuries and fatalities, which is
it's outstanding. Really a sharp program that she put together with that too. Really is.
Yeah. Don Hotop, you guys, I'm sure, who doesn't know Don Hotop? So let's see here. I've got a huge write-up on him. He's was working maintenance at a Chevron station, just tinkering with some bikes, back in the day, and that kind of got him interested in motorcycles. He borrowed as much money as he could and ended up going to business for himself in 1977. In 79, he began to advertise in custom bike magazines, and he's been featured several times over the years. He was inducted, as I mentioned earlier, into our Hall of Fame many years ago, early 2000s, I want to say. And, he's not doing so well these days. And we just really wanted to recognize him for his continued support to the museum and to the industry. A lot of folks really look up to Don and see him as a mentor and a leader and an innovator. And so we wanted to honor him with the Erlen Ness Lifetime Achievement Award this year.
So great. And you're so right. As far as leadership, we're looking for more people of what when I was younger was the next generation is now the soon to be old guys, and the kind of leadership that we had through the beginnings of this. Mm-hmm. It's desperately needed today, and like cats like this where instrumental in all of us coming along, and it's so good to see you guys taking a minute and giving that tip of the hat, especially in a time where it's probably needed.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So then last up is Wayne and Susan Leto, and again, they're from Sturgis. We have several nominations come in for them, which is fantastic because they're just a few blocks away from the museum. I called them a 2 weeks ago to tell them, that they were nominated and ultimately selected as the 2020 Freedom Fighters. And Susan dropped her fork on her plate. She just was shocked. She said, "I can't believe it. Like, how? Why? Who nominated us?" And so I kind of, went through the spiel with her, and she said, "I just can't believe it. We don't do any of this because we wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. We know the museum's right there. We come in all the time, but, we just do what we do because we love motorcycles and we believe in motorcycle rights and freedom for all bikers." And it was just really, really sweet to talk to them and having them in town. And then again, having them also endorsed by our last couple of freedom fighters says that, even people on the national level know who they are and see the tremendous work that they're doing. And so that's super exciting for us to have them in the class of 2020 as well.
Nick just asked us to get a screenshot of all on one page. And I'll tell you what, I'll work on that.
Oh, all on one page here. Yeah. Sorry.
But I'll work on that. And while I'm working on that, I want to, I actually brought up the website, and I want to give you an opportunity to talk about the youth build and Lonnie's Heart stuff that you guys are doing at the same time.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah. So in 2019, the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum started another nonprofit called Lonnie's Heart Incorporated. It's named after Lonnie Isom Jr., who was the founder of the Cannonball and was really big in the vintage motorcycle world. And we feel strongly at the museum that, part of our mission, the main part of our mission is to preserve the history of motorcycling and the industry. And if we don't continue to have young people involved in the motorcycle world, that's all that's going to be left is what you see at the museum. And so we felt strongly about getting young folks involved. It's not something that's happening here in the Northern Black Hills. And so we created a nonprofit scholarship program, and we invited high school students 9th through 12th grade to apply for the program. It was our first year, so it started a little bit slow, but we did have 6 kids go through the program and 4 that completed it and were really there the majority of the time. And so they were ultimately our scholarship recipients. 2 of them graduated high school and went on to technical programs in South Dakota. And that's exactly what we want. We want them to get educated in South Dakota and come back and work in South Dakota. And if they do something in, the technical field, and if it ends up being in motorcycling, that's fantastic. So that motorcycle actually went to the Makeup auction this weekend, and we were extremely excited to see it cross the block yesterday, and it sold for $35,000.
Wow.
And so that all 100% of that money, it goes back into the scholarship fund for the next round of students. And so that bike that we auctioned yesterday, we have the program put up less than $1,000 to build that motorcycle completely from the ground up. I mean, that's with huge support from Paco, SNS, J&P Cycles. I don't have the sponsors in front of me. They're on here, I can pull it up on our website. I think they're on there. But yeah, we've got tons of support, financial support from Law Tigers. And I know I'm forgetting people, but it's a fantastic program. And so that program is going to start again this coming week. We're going to round up a next round of kids and get them going and do, I believe they're going to do a Cholo style bike this year, which should be a lot of fun and totally different than what we did in 2019.
Well, listen, I want to be the first one to say this, and I know Heather and Mark are probably right there behind me, but anything that we can do to help push this for you, if you want regular updates, make sure you get us stuff. If you want to have some of the kids come on, or if you want to do like a 1 to 2 minute video all the time, like updating what they're doing, please take it. Like we'll put that on here all the time to help you with that.
Yeah, I would love that. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
That's great. Yeah, I really appreciate the support you guys give us.
For sure. I'll circle back with you on that, Emma.
Okay.
But some people have never had the opportunity to go to the Sturgis Museum. And that's a huge undertaking that you've only been at for the past handful of years, correct?
hmm Yeah, I've only been with the museum now 2 years, almost exactly, actually. Yeah, it's been a real whirlwind. I ran nonprofit programs in the Midwest, mostly human service work, and so I really wanted to stay in nonprofits. And obviously, I've got tons of friends in the industry just because of my husband. Everybody knows my husband. And and so it was the perfect way to really bring together my love of the industry and all my friends and my work in nonprofits. And yeah, I'm super happy to be there. Our little museum is right on the corner of Main and Junction. It's right in the heart of all the rally happenings in Sturgis. We are open all year round, 7 days a week. So you can come check us out, during the rally and any other time. We are a nonprofit, and we've got about 100 motorcycles with, our oldest bike being a 1905 Harley Davidson, all the way up to some late model choppers and kind of everything in between.
That's so great. And man, I've said this before, and I want to make sure that I say it to you again. Like, part of what's so important about the Hall of Fame work that you guys do is there's so many people that are in, and I'm, for lack of a better way to say this, or a more graceful way, there's so many people that are in our part of this thing that will probably never be even considered for the AMA Hall of Fame. And you guys have given us all a platform for that. You've given us a place that these people can be recognized, and people who surely deserve it, but because they're not as steeped in the traditions of racing, might not in another opportunity have a place in a Hall of Fame. You guys are making sure that they get that, and it's so good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and it's really the nominations are coming from all of you, and so we kind of have the hard job of boiling it down to who we feel are the best of the best for that year. But it's you guys sending in, our peers, just like you said, they're our friends, and and they totally deserve a place in the Hall of Fame. And we do everything we can to try to make sure that we're getting the right ones in and keep the nominations coming year after year. As soon as I think the 2021 nomination form will be up, in the next couple of weeks. And so people can start sending in those nominations, now. I encourage people when they make nominations to really emphasize the impact that their nominee is making on the industry. And that's what we're looking for, is the people who are really making a difference and are the mentors and the leaders in the industry.
Absolutely. Hey, and for Nick, real quick, this is not my best work, but it's going to have to do on a fly. there are the class of 2020 for the Sturgis Hall of Fame. That's the best I could do quick.
I'll also, now that the announcement has been made, first thing tomorrow morning, I will also get it up on cyclesource.com, along with everybody's picture and bio, so people will be able to see it there. And Emma will be releasing that as well too. So.
Yep, I send out the full list tomorrow, and then before the end of February, I'll start sending out the Hall of Fame highlights, which are the fuller bios and individual pictures of each one. So if people are interested in getting those press releases, if you're not already a part of our newsletter, give me a shout at the museum and I can add you to the list.
Excellent. There's a link to sturgismuseum.com in the sidebar. If anybody wants to go visit that, check out past Hall of Famers. You
can follow them on Instagram. They got a great Instagram page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Emma, are you responsible for that?
I am not, actually. I have a staff person that handles that for us.
Well, you guys are doing a killer job bringing it current, so it's outstanding.
Thanks.
But thank you very much. It's been such an honor to release this news with you.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be a part of it. I agree. This worked out great that we were going to release the names tonight, and it's the 100th episode, and I really appreciate you guys continuing to support the museum.
Oh, of course, of course. Hopefully we can make this an annual thing where we get to break the news first. And
let's do it.
As always, anything CycleSource can do for the museum or the youth build,
Yeah, absolutely.
we're just a phone call or an email away, and we truly mean that.
Thank you so much, you guys. We'll be in touch for sure.
All right, thanks.
Okay,
Emma.
thanks for the time tonight.
Yep, take care.
Oh, great. How great.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Man, did Patrick get lucky when he scored her?
I know.
She's awesome.
He married up like I did.
And she's really a super rad chick. She is. She's funny and it's great. So he got lucky when he scored
Is
her.
Pat Jansen still here? Look what you've done to me. This thing is never more than a foot away from me now.
It's his whoopee.
It is my whoopee.
Stupid Yeti.
Stupid.
Stupid Pat Jansen.
Stupid Pat Jansen.
Okay,
So
man.
that's
So
super cool. I'm super proud of Jody Perowitz. Like,
I am too.
she is such an ambassador for motorcycling. Men, women, kids, it doesn't matter.
I am too, man.
She's rocking.
It's just proof. They're not all kids today are not screw ups. Because that one will kick your kid's ass.
That's right.
All right, hey, listen, man. This is Chris with CycleSource Magazine. You're watching Shop Talk, 90 to 120 minutes of all the bullshit we can fit, coming to you live from the Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorney Studio every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a little thing here called Shop Talk, and we're going to take a quick break for the show, show you some cool videos of our last 100th episodes and see what you think. Then we'll be back with more Shop Talk. Don't go anywhere.
Across the land, it's 9 p.m. on the East Coast-ish. And it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. Here we are live from South Dakota, still in the Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorney Studio. First, he was like, get out of the way!
Get out of the way! Yeah, I seen that. That was yours, Mel, wasn't it? You know, we'll be back because we're going to take a break now on this carburetor thing.
So,
thank you, brother.
Everybody out there, make sure you tell Chris and Heather happy anniversary.
We made it 4 years.
Don't let this be the best thing you've ever done. And that's exactly, this guy came down from climbing Everest, he was blind.
You know, I'm really, really glad I did it, and anybody who hasn't seen it's got to come see it. It's you will not walk away disappointed.
We're afraid things will fall, but to tell you the truth, every person, every builder, every customer knocking on the door to buy a ticket, just really made that vibe happen.
and it was just like, it was such an old time bike thing that we were doing, man. It was so great. I've always been a big fan of them. So Matt marries Brittany. Brittany is doing 20th Century Racing, which has absolutely been off the hook. If you missed that in Sturgis, you're crazy. They're also going to be with us at Vintage Days, and we're going to go to the phone lines right now and see if we can't bring them on live.
Whoever wins it can go to any DMV in the country and just register it as a 61 Panhead. No turn signals, no muss, no fuss.
These guys are going to carry on the tradition of choppers.
I'm joined by my co-host this evening. What's up, everybody?
Hiya.
Mark.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
Oh, let's stop here for a minute. We're gonna go to social media and see what's up.
I was bummed, man. I really was. I would have loved to have come and supported you and also drank your whiskey and stole parts out of your garage.
Here's another one. We're brought to you tonight by Damitol, a foul-tasting gelatinous substance in a bottle you can suck on.
We covered 90 to 120 minutes all the bullshit.
Well, why wouldn't you're in my neighborhood.
No machine shop, no problem.
When you look at work as a craftsman, you want the work. You just want to do the work. You want to be involved. You want your hands busy. You're excited. Somebody comes at you with an idea. You're like, yes. The problem is you finish that idea, you put your ass into it, and then you're fucking broke.
Yeah.
You can't carry it.
Come on, I'll say it. It's true. For Christ's sake, just say it.
Follow all of that nonsense on Instagram at SS Cycle or Facebook or YouTube. We publish a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Thanks so much to our friends, partners, and artists who made 2019 such an awesome ride.
right, it's been a hell of a year, right?
Graffiti.
It was so hard to narrow down, like.
So wait, Mike Draco's saying that there's an echo, and we're not getting it. So.
I know we can't hear an echo on our end, so apologize if there is one.
What?
Hey, Macklemore, can we go thrift shopping?
What?
So it's been there was during the video. Okay, so we'll have to. I don't know what the hell is up
Just
with
not
that.
play that video.
Anyway, so I think one of my favorite episodes that we've done to date, though, I think was when we got to remember, and at the same time, for a lot of people, get to know Arlen Ness.
Absolutely.
I think that was probably one of my favorites, and Mondo.
It was one of the hardest things too, man. You know, like we were talking earlier about our generation finally starting to step up and do responsible things instead of just being whiskey toting cowboys.
Well.
But like to actually go around and and put the pieces together to do that show, and you know, it was humbling. It was humbling just to be part of that.
Absolutely. And over the 100 episodes, the people that we've been introduced to, that, you know, it's not all people that you, Mark, or I know. Yeah. So we get to know them along with everybody else. That's been really cool. I dig it. I think they dig it.
It was good to hear you again. Hey, listen, tell me if this one has echo. See how I did that? I think I might have fixed it.
Oh, that worked.
Okay, how'd I do? Loud but no echo. There you go. Hey, listen, perfect. I can only do one thing right at a time. It's either the right volume or no echo. You got to pick.
Yeah, you can't have it all. I'd have to say probably one of my favorite of the past was in New Hampshire with Jay Allen and then the afternoon with us with Jack Shit and
Dude,
Josh.
that was so cool. That was so cool.
That was cold.
Yeah,
it was June and it was what, like 40 degrees?
Yeah, buddy.
It was pretty cold.
Laconia is no joke.
What was everybody else's, like people who have watched fairly regularly? What was your favorite episode?
What was your favorite episode? Let's see it. Let's see it in the social media. I know that I dig every time that Charlie Brechtel's in the house. What's up, Charlie? Big love, man. We had some stuff from the Golden Chopper on there. You guys are gonna see that red cover of Cycle Source coming up. But anytime that we go live, like live from Sturgis, live from Laconia, when we're at an event and we actually get to be live and have people jump in and sit with us, that's the best. That's the best shit that there is, man. That's
I think those are way more relaxed, and it's just like let's see who shows up.
Yeah,
and that's fun too.
Yeah, I think it's just pretty much off the cuff. Nothing's planned. You almost pretty much can't. Well, in all reality, half the time the people we have on there, you can't plan shit with them anyway. So
I want to take a second and give a shameless plug to one of our biggest sponsors. Mike Draco says Will Ramsey's episode. We had a clip in the overall from that, and the night that Will came on and laid down the gospel truth was awesome. That was so badass. But
Will who?
Drew said Drew Woodford. His is the same.
Yep. So I want to give a shameless plug to one of our biggest sponsors, which is Chopper Town. If you guys are not hip to Chopper Town, this program, Charlie Brechtel's morning show with Bikers Inner Circle Radio, Gina Wood's Open Road Radio is on there, plus just a ton of motorcycle programs, movies, and shorts, and it's a great place. If you're not following that on your social media now, go check out Chopper Town. We come out through there once a week at least, and when we do our Grease and Gears Garage, it's on there, and a bunch of good stuff. You won't be disappointed.
Well,
yeah, Chopper Town has a lot of cool stuff on it. Otherwise than us.
Yeah, we bring it
they
down.
Have some other
we bring it down
too,
a couple.
You know what I mean? Otherwise than us, they have some other nice stuff.
All right, on. Thanks for the good words, Nick. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we do the best that we can, man. That's when we say 90 to 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit. We're always over because there's always so much to talk about. There's great guests that we have.
That's because you're full of it.
I am full of it. So speaking of, hey, just slightly over 30 days until
no.
we're on property.
Oh, good Lord, I think I'm going to get sick.
Property at Tropical Tattoo.
Hey, remember how we always yell at people for doing that?
I know, but
How about you shut up?
Why don't you take an effing break?
Why don't you just shut up?
But Willie's Tropical Tattoo coming up in short order, man. March 12th, 11 to 4. The hands down best show like you'll ever be at on the planet.
Greatest chopper show on earth.
Take my word for it.
Charlie says he'll be promoting us in Thailand. Dude, I had everybody in the whole building the other day listening to his show.
Did you?
Yeah, there was a shit ton of people sitting around listening to your show, Charlie. It was pretty cool. They were all into it.
So that's a trip I wish I could have taken
yeah.
with Charlie, was the trip to Thailand. That's badass. Coming up also in pretty quick fashion, the Donnie Smith show, March 28th and 29th.
Another must-see.
Yeah, absolutely. Killer event that goes on in the big white north. Space Coast Chopper Show. All choppers and antique bikes. 12 to 4, Saturday, February 15th. The Chill. This is something we've been waiting to get an actual ad for so we could promote it.
Larry and Karen Moore. That's in
Kansas. You've been looking for your own show. There you go. You got
Kansas no more, Toto.
No, we are going to be in Kansas.
Oh, that's right. We're in Kansas, Toto.
You, me, Toto.
Really?
Yeah. Annie M. The one motorcycle show is coming up February. Man, I can't get my shit together. Fabulous, darling. You're fabulous.
Going shopping.
Speaking of that, February 7th, 8th, and 9th of 2020. Go check it out. We said Willie's, right?
What's in your coffee?
And we said, there's so much in my coffee. It's what's his
Anthony Robinson. Jeez,
loaded me up.
Jeepers. Give me that.
This weekend, Cycle Showcase and more coffee.
No. And ice cream.
And ice cream.
Ice cream. I want the ice cream.
I like ice
cream.
And
bowling. Do they have bumper bowling? I need bumper bowling.
No, you got to bowl like a big girl.
No, I need bumper bowling.
Gotta go real. Gotta put your big boy pants on.
I'm the one that when I do, like, it will go in the next person's lane.
The last time we all went bowling was for Ferguson's birthday in Dayton.
I was still drinking then.
We were freaking hammered.
Oh yeah.
I think me and Kevin had a puking contest that night.
It was so rough, dude. It was rough.
Heavy. We had so much fun.
Dude, I was just at Lead Sled doing some
I
some
found
stuff.
the invitation for that the other day.
You know what we were talking about, me and Pat, the other day, me and Pat and Joe, while we were hanging out at Lead Sled? First of all, Ferguson has an indoor woman.
That's scary.
That's the first thing. The second thing
Ferguson had indoors was a chicken.
That's what I was just going to say. We were talking about Jack, dude.
Yep.
We were talking about Jack.
Dude, that thing is shitting all over my house.
10 bad ideas. 1, bring a chicken home.
All right, moving on to something relevant.
Okay.
That's pretty relevant right there. A chicken in your living room?
Let's go back to the news. We still got a couple pieces left. Triumph partners with Warner Brothers for Birds of Prey movie. This is coming in from Cycle News. Triumph partners with Warner Brothers Pictures to feature in the forthcoming action-adventure film Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, releasing only in theaters on February 7th, 2020. Triumph Street Triple RS is featured in the film, ridden by mysterious crossbow expert Huntress, who in the film must join forces with Harley Quinn, Black Canary, Renee Montoya, and Cassandra Cain to form the ultimate vigilante girl gang. I almost said another V word there, and
vigilante.
I'm not talking real good today. Okay. More news. Harley-Davidson's second electric model will be smaller than the Livewire. Harley-Davidson has repeatedly stressed the Livewire, its first production electric motor model, will spearhead a broad expansion into zero-emissions territory. There's so much to say there. It released a preview sketch that sheds light on its second battery-powered two-wheeler, a bike it cryptically refers to internally as the Mid-Power.
Cryptically?
While the Livewire is a relatively big cruiser, The motorcycle depicted in the sketch looks like a smaller model whose design draws inspiration from Harley's decades-long experience in flat track racing. It's not much plastic fairing on it, so powertrain components like the battery pack are fully exposed. Tinted LED lights and the black Y-spoke wheels give it a sinister look? I feel like I needed echo right there. Sinister look.
Give it all you got, Captain.
I don't see analog gauges, meaning it's likely equipped with a digital instrument cluster. Because, that's what I want, is a digital instrument cluster.
Comes factory with a JJ.
Okay, moving on. What do you got? What do you got from social media? Who's here with us, Heather?
I see Mitch. Love
Yeah,
you some
Mitch is here. We got a good group tonight. Watch, you have to forgive me. My computer froze and I had to reboot. So I'm a little behind in playing catch up.
Drew Woodford asked, "Is this a comedy bit?"
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
Yes, it is.
It could be, because the more I read of this shit, the funnier I think it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and Heather.
I got nothing.
Over to you.
I think. Never mind. You don't want to know
Jane,
what I
come
think.
on, we want to know.
Not really. So anyway, let's talk about
your controversial topic.
Well, and it's not really controversial. I just want to know what people think. I mean, I know what I think, but I may be biased.
Okay, so we're seriously looking for your input on this. This is Heather's controversial topic of the evening.
And again, I don't know that it's really controversial. I want to know, I have a couple things to say. Number one, I want to know who has actually seen
a real copy
of the new Easy Riders issue 01. I have so much to say. Am I allowed to say what I want to say?
I can say. I mean, what are you going to yell at us?
First of all,
listen.
This
First,
is a 50-year-old.
wait. First, I have to say this. Anything that we say here has nothing to do with Cycle Source Magazine, and I'm not saying that as a disclaimer. Like the opinions expressed here are not those of Cycle Source Magazine. I just don't want people to think that any of this is contrite because of business.
No.
This is the mad respect we've had for Easy Riders since we were children.
Kids. Yes.
Like children sneaking copies of this magazine.
Absolutely. It's not, it has nothing to do with the fact that we're both publishers and, we're both putting out a product.
I just have one question. Did they send a copy to everybody for The Walking Dead?
So,
I mean, was that the pull here? I mean, that's the first thing that I see when I see the cover of that thing. I mean, no disrespect to Norman or anything has to do with that. But for me, I could have thought of 1,000 other number one 01 copy of Easy Rider to come out with otherwise than somebody that's more well known for TV than anything else. So to me, that would be my first question here. So
actually, my first question is 50 years. 50 years of a brand, and you have the audacity to label it 01?
Yeah.
That's my first question. That's question number one.
And I think when you see the comments and stuff that's coming in on social media, that's how so many people feel. And I just wonder, I feel bad for these cats because the readers and the loyal subjects, and I will call them that, the loyal subjects of this brand over 50 years, they are not happy, man. They are not happy.
I mean, they took their whole history and what built their brand and just shoved it, cast it aside like it didn't matter.
They went Hollywood. I see the third one down on that, or fifth one down on the glossary there was Legendary Evel Knievel. To me, 01 Easy Rider, the new one they come out with, that might have been the dude out on the cover. And like I said, again, I have mad respect for Norman and his riding and the whole 9 yards. And like Chris said, hopefully nobody takes this as a dig or a punch to anybody else.
No, it's not, man, because the reason why the three of us sitting here today doing what we do is because we grew up with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? This thing is responsible largely for who I am today.
Oh yeah.
So not even concerning myself with the thousands and thousands of comments that I've read. For me personally, it just bums me out, man. It bums me out that on top of the many things that we've lost over the last 4 or 5 years in this thing, that we've apparently lost this.
Yeah, and I think we've lost it, and they're trying to bring it back in a more of a Hollywood monetary sense than anything else. I mean, I don't get it.
And listen, I mean, all due respect to them. Like, everybody has a right to do.
Yeah.
Everybody has a right to do what they want with their own deal. But I think it would have just been a brand new launch. It could have been something like, from the publishers of Easy Riders, this new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or something like it just.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They've changed everything about it, and to me, it's not. It doesn't seem to be as big. Like you said before, I'd love to see Heather one in your hand.
Yeah, right. And well, I mean, I haven't yet found one. I've looked, but
Rob Nussbaum. Here, wait. I'm gonna talk to you about this. So Rob says, "01 ? Is an Indian a real Indian? It's the time we live in." And actually, for me, this is the third Indian. So it's not even like, this company bought it from the company that originally did it. So no.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
I'd say no.
And again, I mean, for me, and kudos to them for trying to reinvent them. Well,
That's
the
what
new
they're
publishers,
doing.
they're trying to reinvent themselves. They will always have the history of Easy Riders, and again, you cannot erase history.
And why would you want to?
Right.
Why would you not?
I mean, Easy Riders was built on what is. Did I pick up an Easy Riders all the time and look at it? No, I didn't. But I know what the icon stood for.
Yeah.
And excuse me, but a Rolling Stone type cover for a legendary motorcycle magazine. They don't even have a motorcycle on the cover.
Now, see, wait a minute.
Like you said, Rolling Stone.
And that's my personal
rock and
opinion.
Roll, Hollywood. I totally go in that direction. But you had said something, the first impression, to make a first impression. Easy Rider right now had an opportunity to make a second first impression.
Right.
They died. They lost it. They went in a direction so and like I said, again, Norman, mad respect, dude, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
but
because he's legitimately
He
legitimately
is.
a bike guy.
Yes, he
You know
is,
what I mean?
hands
And
down.
like he's this has
Yeah.
nothing to do
No.
with that. And I'll even
I'd
go.
be honored to have Norman
Right.
on our
Exactly.
pages. I would.
feel the same way.
I'll even go a step further for as far as the cover design goes, because anyone who truly followed Easy Riders for a long time or collects these things, you'll remember when Willie Nelson was on the cover of Easy Rider magazine, or when David Allan Coe was on the cover, and it looked just like this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like, of that time, motorcycle guys that were music or celebrities in whatever capacity
That were involved.
it would have looked like
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? It's just,
to me, it seems like they were reaching for a whole nother audience to grab that magazine. And Heather said the first impression, they had the opportunity to make a good second impression, and I think they, in our eyes, the motorcycle, the people that are watching us and follow us.
Hey, Peter
missed
Manning.
it.
Peter Manning just said, as a publisher yourself, you must know how hard it is to be current. They fell into the trap. You keep being you. And I mean, that's it, man. Like, someday, and I don't know how much we apply to the current trend as it stands right now, but CycleSource is what we do. It's the three people sitting here and about 70 other people behind us. That this is what we do. We ride motorcycles, we go to places, we raise hell with our friends, we see cool shit, we come back in the garage, we build stuff, we try things, and someday that too
But I think
is going to be,
and
it's going to
that's
run
just
out.
it.
It's
Like-
going to run out.
Yeah.
And like, the one thing I can tell you is I will never violate what this thing is.
But we'll run
Like-
out for us. This is our life. I mean, I think what a lot of people
but
don't
I'm saying,
realize.
it might be down
Yeah.
to me and you and three other people
Right,
that give a shit
right.
about that, but we'll still care about it. We
Yes.
just won't print a magazine
And
about
it isn't
it.
even caring about it. I mean, it's what we do every day. Like, I go to work every day and I get a phone call 4 times a day from Chris, and it's like, dude, I mean, not to be a dick, but I'm at work. And then I spend an hour on the damn phone with him about what we have to do when I leave there. And like, it is our life, and to
Yep.
see this being something, dude, all them pictures, all the centerfolds hanging on the walls at the shop,
Oh, the
and in
Dave
the
Mann
bedroom,
stuff,
and yeah,
and,
like,
you know.
it's nuts. And to go back, and like I said, I feel really bad. I'm ramming it because everybody, it seems like we're pushing to Norman Reedus, but it's not. Like, that dude's right on 100%. So,
Well, and it's not the Norman Reedus issue. It's so much more.
Yeah.
It's so much.
They're
Well,
new
and I think a
direction.
lot of it is from what I understand, and again, this could be hearsay. the people that have chosen to carry the Easy Riders torch are not motorcycle people.
Right.
They don't eat, sleep, breathe. They don't actually sit there and do their own pagination. They don't sit there and edit their own text. Like, when it comes down to deadline, and I'm not saying this to pat ourselves on the back or to get any recognition.
You shouldn't
But
you shouldn't
Chris
actually
is a real
say
motorcycle
any
person.
of us come. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the process that we go through. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the biggest thing to say here, and I don't mean to tramp on you. I don't want people to point out like, hey, you know, we were being dicks about this.
No,
we just want to say that we also are super bummed about this, and we feel with you guys. The way that you guys are all feeling about it, the tone that's out there, we feel it too.
Oh, yeah, because this definitely isn't, I don't think in any sense any of us are saying, you know, well, this isn't where that's, you know, this is where
No, I
it's
hope
at,
for
not
them
there.
it reaches
Yeah,
the
not for sure.
demographic they're pointing to. I just feel bad for the people that have followed them for decades.
Oh, for sure.
Who now don't have that place to go. That's
And
what I'm saying.
I can tell you from, you know, being on this side of the camera and the microphone and stuff, as deeply as they're in what they do, I don't do stuff as deeply as they do. These two have dedicated their lives. You know, Chris for sure. Heather's been here for, you know, now 4 or 5 good years, really putting down, you know, whatever it takes to make this happen. So the funny part about this is these guys and me and the group that we run with will go out of our way to promote people that in all reality we compete with business-wise.
Yeah.
And we'll be the first one to stop and get you to the show, be the first one to help you get your word out and stuff like that. So not coming down on it, just, man, I could have thought of 50 other ways that they could have made a different second, first impression.
It's
you know?
it's just it's a sad day.
Real quick, did you see Wink Eller's comment? Because it's Wink Eller. You keep being you and we'll keep following you.
That's
Hillbilly
awesome.
out. That's
Dude,
just, I mean,
love
Wink
Wink.
Eller. Again, another legend. What an
But
honor to have
how-
him here.
I mean, how heartbreaking. This would almost be like your favorite manufacturer changing direction and coming out with an electric scooter.
Wow.
It's a sick world. It's a sick world. And with that, we're going to get off the news because I'm sure I just got us in big trouble. Yep, big trouble. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, let's see, man. We're coming into St. Louis. Did I mention that? St. Louis this weekend. What's up?
Ice cream. Randy Allen ice cream.
Drew Woodford, stop encouraging me. Oh, dude. Alphonse Gavilia, Colors Magazine.
Nice,
I have
yes.
issue number 2 of that, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Anyway,
they,
man.
They had said that there was an ice cream stand right in there. I wonder if you're allowed to get right back in line if you still have ice cream in the bowl. You know what I mean? Would that be wrong?
If you have ice cream in a bowl,
Yeah,
I'm
if you're
pretty
like,
sure.
could
I'm
you
pretty
eat
sure if
your
you
ice
have,
cream
I'm,
all the way up to the line to get more ice cream.
I'm pretty sure if you bring a bowl, you can get as much ice cream as you want.
Well, I'm definitely bringing a bowl.
All right, man. Listen, I want to thank you guys for 100 shows, man. This is it. Like, we're here because you are. So as long as you dig what we're doing, we'll keep it up. Keep those show ideas and interview people that you'd like to see us talk to. Keep that shit coming in. Whatever news you have, pass it along. Hopefully we don't miss it, and hopefully we're in your neighborhood at one point or another this year, and you can come be on Shop Talk with us. And I think with that, we're going to wrap this puppy up.
We bring
What
it
do you
into the
think?
station.
We are in the 100. Well, we're not in the 100-mile-an-hour club, but we're in the 100-episode club. And I'm coming back to Bonneville this year, and I want to get into some damn club.
Yeah.
I'll settle for the 75-mile-an-hour club to start.
I'll settle for I survived. Oh wait, I'll settle for my husband survived.
How about I'll settle for my bike made it through tech. That would be if my bike makes it through tech this year, I'm getting an embroidered hat that said I made it through tech at Bonneville. It'll be so awesome.
Yeah, that's.
I did already go over 100,
but not on his own motorcycle.
Hey, listen.
Let's
I
keep
didn't even,
some things private.
I didn't even know that girl. All right, man. Listen, one more time, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all of our Chopper Town fans, everybody from the Cycle Source Network. We'll see you next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, keep an eye out for our Grease and Gears Garage segments that are going to be coming at you fast and furious. We got some stuff with the The Banks Motorcycle Lift people, we're doing an S&S 883 to 1200 conversion. We got the Twisted Tea sweepstakes bike going strong in the garage right now, so lots and lots and lots of stuff happening in the garage. And I guess until next Sunday, same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
For another episode of Shop Talk. See you then.